This is a motorway slip road on a bridge, and as you can see, the bridge carries the road over nothing, making it a complete waste of time and effort. So why did they bother building it? Surely there were other options available when it came to building a simple slip road. What we're looking at is a slip road that's part of Junction 4 on the M11 motorway. The M11 was completed in 1980 and runs from Junction 4 at South Woodford in London to Cambridge in Cambridge. Now, if you know how to count, you'll know that starting a motorway at Junction 4 makes no sense, and it doesn't until you realise that the M11 motorway is an unfinished project that wasn't exactly supposed to end up how it has. The reason for this should be fairly obvious if you've watched the channel before. We're in the London area talking about motorways, therefore it can only be something to do with the famous London ringways project. Not familiar with the ringways project? In short, it was an elaborate scheme that would see a lot of London demolished and replaced with a network of main roads and motorways. At the time, it was a batshit crazy idea, and accordingly, most of the project was cancelled. Which brings us back to our mystery bridge. There's nothing underneath it because what was supposed to be here was cancelled. But what are we missing? Back to the studio. Thanks. We're missing more of the M11 motorway. Remember how the M11 starts at Junction 4? Of course, that wasn't the plan. According to the Ringways project, the M11 motorway would have started further south at an interchange in Hackney Wick. It would then make its way towards today's Junction 4 and pass underneath our mystery bridge to connect up with the existing M11 carriageways, and along the missing section we'd have found the first 3 junctions. Had things been completed as per the plan, where I'm standing now would have been the main carriageway for the M11 motorway. But is all this really necessary? If we're just running a motorway through here, why do we need extra bridges and slip roads? Well, not only are we missing bits of the M11 motorway, we're missing the M12 motorway and the M15 motorway, aka Ringway 2, which were planned but never built. Junction 4 of the M11, or the Woodford interchange, was supposed to be a massive motorway interchange connecting the different motorways, not just a junction for the M11. The slip road on a bridge over nothing was built to offer a free-flowing connection between Ringway 2 and the M11 northbound, which it sort of does achieve, but not quite how they'd intended. There is no Ringway 2 or M15, and instead the North Circular. So how did we end up with this unfinished interchange/junction, whatever? Why build it if the Ringways project was cancelled? The problem there is that when they were building it, they didn't know that the project was going to be cancelled. Of course, massive road building projects take a lot of time to implement, or at least in England they do, and usually the projects are split into various build stages, and in this case, the M11 down to Junction 4 was started first, mainly because it was the easiest part. Junctions 1 to 3 of the M11 and the M12, etc. would all come a bit later on once they demolished all the houses. But before they rolled out the wrecking ball, someone within the local council had a thought.
One moment, chaps. This is a shit idea. It's going to ruin people's lives, cost a fortune, and destroy what little environment London has to offer. Should we not bother?
And they didn't. Sure, millions had already been spent on feasibility studies, planning and building some parts of the Ringways project, but this was pocket change compared to the cost of the completed project, so the entire scheme was cancelled with immediate effect. Which leaves us with what appears to be a bridge over nothing and an interchange that, if you were to build it today, wouldn't look anything like this. It's truly bizarre. But as we've learned, there's a reason why it's like this. It wasn't the road builders and planners just having a laugh. It was because a huge multi-million-pound infrastructure project was started, then cancelled halfway through at great expense, and I'm sure lessons have been learned so that such things will never be repeated. Thanks for watching.